Wednesday, I am in Pineland, coming from Randall Research Center, and we are going to take a walk along the Colusa Heritage Trail this morning. Come with me on Wednesday's Word. Welcome to Wednesday's Word. As you can see, we are at Browns Mound, out here where the Colusa Indians lived, one of the most ancient spots in all of Florida. And what I want to talk to you about this morning with our Wednesday's Word is we're going to look at the word, the sign. And we're going to look at the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet. There's 22 letters, which is the letter Tav. But I want to read to you a piece of scripture before we get into that. It comes from 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 22. Actually, I'm going to start in verse 21. It says, "For since the world did not know God through its wisdom, in the wisdom of God, God took delight through the preaching of foolishness to save those who believe. And since Jewish people are asking for signs and Greeks are seeking wisdom, but we are proclaiming a crucified Messiah. On the one hand, a stumbling block to the Jewish people, and on the other hand, foolishness to the heathens. But to those who are called, to both Jewish and Greeks, we are proclaiming the Messiah of God and proclaiming the power and wisdom of God, because the foolish thing of God is wiser than men, and the weak thing of God is stronger than men." You see, we are preaching Jesus Christ crucified. And I'm going to show you how Jesus Christ crucified is in the very last letter of the Hebrew alphabet. There are jewels and levels of beauty in every single Hebrew letter. This morning, you'll see one very, very powerful. Now we're in the rain because that's the way the Florida weather goes. But welcome to my chalkboard. The 22nd letter of the Hebrew alphabet is the letter Tav, which means the sign. It looks like this. If you spell out the letter Tav, T-A-V, you have T-A-V, Tav. If you go to the ancient writings, you have Tav, which means the sign of the cross or the sign of the covenant, and the Vav, which is this, is nailed, meaning secured. So you add the sign in front of it, which is Aleph. Aleph is the word for the. The ancient letter for Aleph is the ox, the strength, the leader. Our leader is then the cross, nailed and secured to the cross. So in the very last letter of the Hebrew alphabet, it says our Messiah was nailed to the cross. Can't get any better than that. Jesus is yes in every Hebrew letter. Shalom. Now, from one mountain to another, I'm on this week's Wednesday Word, the last letter, Tav, and it looks like this. The Tav is the cross, and Tav means a sign. Interesting. So when you take it one step further, is when you say the sign of the cross, and you have the nail, which means you find it all over Scripture. Shalom.